It's impossible to explain, but it's real. Something so surprising, so unexpected, that time after time, they tell us it's changed how they see the world. It's changed their lives. People who volunteer at Logan tell a remarkable story. A story that ends with a question that never really gets answered. Who benefits more? The client or the volunteer?
I've never seen such pure joy. You know, you look into their face and like, they're just happy for you to be there, and that's a great feeling.
I thought I was gonna go help them bowling and help them at the dance or whatever, but it's actually been the other way a lot.
I hope Jim is having a good time with me, but I've had a tremendous 4 years with Jim.
When you work with people like you do here at Logan Center, you just feel good.
They will encounter people who are so genuine and so welcoming. They will feel directly tied into the mission and feel like they are a part of this wonderful, welcoming community.
I think that they all pretty much got life figured out, and I've learned a lot from them. They don't take anything for granted. They get excited over knocking down 2 pins. It's the greatest thing in the world.
It's just developing a relationship, and it's more than just meeting people, working with them, and then dropping it.
I've learned more than I'm sure he has learned from me in our relationship.
To do it for those that are, you might say, on the fringes of society, that for years no one really cared that much about, who had lives of quiet desperation, if you will. But suddenly they're human beings, and they're surrounded by other human beings who have the same problems. But especially they're surrounded by loving people who give of themselves to make these lives more meaningful.
The Best Buddies program at Logan pairs one volunteer with one client, and it's not uncommon for the relationship to last a lifetime.
I needed a best buddy. I got involved in best buddy after my mother died. He's up in heaven.
It's just going to hang out with your friend and just doing something that's fun for both of us.
It's a lot of fun to be there.
My wife is kind of a best buddy to a guy here in town named Benny, and my wife and my 3-year-old Ezra go out with Benny and do little social activities.
Most people think volunteering like, oh, I'm gonna go give up my time or myself, or I'm just going to have fun on Friday with my friend.
As an undergraduate at Notre Dame, Dr. Brandon Zabukovic's experience as a volunteer changed his life.
My wife and I met during Super Sibs. If your whole academic life is out of a textbook or a classroom, I think you're missing a huge piece. If you don't step out of the walls of Notre Dame, I think you're going to miss a lot.
A child whose brother or sister has developmental disabilities is often paired with a young adult who also has a brother or sister with developmental disabilities. Logan calls these kids Super Sibs.
We have a meeting called Sib Chat, and it's where we all get together and have pizza and talk about what it's like to be a Sib.
It helps me solve problems that I can't get through myself or with my parents or something. I just talk about it, and it makes me feel a lot better.
Everyone comes from different backgrounds, but we all have something in common.
The friendships that are made through Logan are lifelong sometimes, and that they keep in touch afterwards. It's very rewarding.
You move from doing it as an obligation or doing it as something that you feel like you have to do to really caring deeply so that you want to do that. You have a deep desire to be with the people and to walk with them.
I get just as much out of it, if not more, than Melody does.
Now I look forward to it like more than I ever thought I would, and I like have really become close with some of the clients that I see every week.
It's not a handicap, it's just a difference. We're all the same people.
Benny and my son are on the same pace. You know, they like to take time to kind of look around and They're definitely not on any time schedule whatsoever, so they're a great little pair. Just to see Benny and Ezra holding hands, that's probably the sweetest thing. It really kind of crosses that generation, and he doesn't view Benny in any way different whatsoever, so it's really hopeful. It'd be a lot nicer world if we all just held hands and walked together.
In a way, you're changing lives, and suddenly their eyes light up. Suddenly they have a future. Suddenly they can be something which everyone wants to be. And they're doing it because of Logan.
Who benefits the most from volunteering? We'll never really know. But what we do know is that connecting with the people of Logan makes a world of difference.